IGUALES.
So, Maddie, thanks for being here in IGUALES. First of all, how are you feeling? Are you enjoying Madrid? How's everything?
Everything is really good. I always love coming to Madrid. I didn't get to come last year, so I was really happy to be healthy and be back here again.
So, because last year we had the chance to speak to Jessica and Coco here in the podcast. You should watch it. It was really, really fun. But yeah, I really love having the chance to speak to American players because you're like really laid back. You really enjoy these settings. So first of all, about the set, you know, the Legos, the F1. What do you think? Are you an F1 fan? Are you a Lego fan?
I'm not really a fan of either. I've tried to watch F1 a few times. There's been one time that I got into it. It was on TV and I was watching, and then I got a little lost because I was like, wait, I don't understand what's going on anymore.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's really, it's not one of those sports that you just watch and understand. It's just like you have to get into it. So, I don't know, maybe if you have the chance to go to
Maybe I'll start with a Netflix show and then I'll work my way into it. But once it was the teams and all of that, I was like, wait, they're against each other, but also on the same team?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
That's a one. Maybe you could watch the Netflix show while you're renovating your house, because I've seen the videos. How's that? Is that stressing? Is that, I don't know, a fun thing to do while you're on the tour?
It's worked out for the most part that we've been gone most of the time. I think if we were at home trying to live there the whole time, it would be a lot more stressful. But for me, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing it, and looking at tile for 3 hours is like a good time to me. My fiance would disagree with me, but so he's like every day it's like, is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? And I was like, well, we didn't have floors yesterday, so no, it's probably not going to be done next week. So like,
But
yeah, eventually it will be done.
what do you think is the worst thing about like the home renovation part and the day-to-day thing?
I mean, I think the big thing is it's just like, for me, it's like I know that it's going to be great, and I've had this idea in my head for like 6 months, and it finally starts, and then it's like you have to take everything apart. It's just a long process, and then it's crazy how like one thing will delay everything. Like our doors got delayed for like 3 weeks, so then all of a sudden everything was delayed 3 weeks, and I was like, but it's just a door. Like, can't we do other things? And I was like, well, we need the door to do the drywall, to do the baseboards, to do the floor. And I was like, okay, I guess we're sitting here for 3 weeks waiting for my door.
Did the doors come?
The doors came.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so
We're getting there. We're getting there.
We're getting there. So maybe if we do this again next year, you'll show me a pic of your beautiful house ended. When do you think it's gonna be done approximately?
It's supposed to be done when we get home from Roland Garros.
Oh, that's close.
It's close.
Yeah.
Yes. We are supposed to have kitchen cabinets this week. So I keep saying we're supposed to because
But
who knows? But when we get back from Paris, it's supposed to be done.
I did so last year, Paris dump, when you got there because with the Torre Eiffel and everything. Are we gonna see a Madrid dump this year on Instagram on your page?
I'm gonna try to be better about it. I try to take pictures, and I have someone who like helps me with my social media and putting things together. And she'll be like, okay, you've been gone for like a month. Can you send me a picture? Like all the pictures you've taken. I'm like, here's 3. And she's like, surely you've done other things. And I'm like, yeah, but I just always forget to take pictures. So
Are you one of those persons that live the moment in a way? So let's just say you're here and you're watching everything and you don't think about taking the picture, you're just taking it in?
yeah, I never think to take pictures. Like even I remember walking into like opening ceremonies in Rio. Michael Phelps was carrying our flag. It was so cool. It was amazing. I have no pictures. Like not a single one from the whole night. And I was like, how did I not think to take like just one even?
You were living the moment.
It's just all in my head, I guess.
I think it's better, like, because now you're like in those huge scenarios and you see everyone just holding the phone and just kind of recording everything. I think it's better to just enjoy the thing. So you should be happy about that. Next time you talk to your social media person, you should be like, I'm living
in the moment. And no one will ever believe that I did it because it's just in my head, but I was there.
I want to talk to you about mental health and bullying speech, because I've seen you talk many times. You have a platform yourself about talking about anti-bullying speech, about mental health stuff. And we did have the chance to talk to Iga last year about this. And she said that it's not, she said it wasn't necessary or compulsory, not necessary, compulsory for a tennis player to talk about those things, but she feels like she has to because she has this big platform. Do you think it's the same for you?
I think that if it's something that you feel like means a lot to you, I think it's easy to talk about it. Like for me, I kind of just started naturally talking about it, and then I got more questions about it, and it just kind of became something that I was happy to address and talk about. And I think for a long time, more kind of at the start of my career when social media was still kind of new, none of us really talked about it. And I just remember one time we were in the locker room and someone was going through their phone after they lost, and they were talking about all of the messages that they got. And it was kind of a moment where we all like looked at each other and were like, wait, that happens to you too? And it was like none of us had really talked about it before. And I think we kind of all felt really alone and kind of like it was only happening to us. And the moment we kind of started talking about it, it just kind of freed us up a little bit. And then we also got to the point where it was like you could kind of laugh about it a little bit, because it felt like it was like, at least it's not just happening to me. And you know that it's kind of happening to everyone, and it's more kind of the situation that we're all in versus it coming directly at us. So I think the more that we talk about it, I think it's great. And I think the more that athletes talk about it, it starts putting a little bit more pressure on the people who are running the social media apps and things to try to do something to help.
Have you ever felt, or have you ever had someone come to you and talk to you about like a specific situation in which, look, Maddie, you talk about this thing and I really relate to that and you helped me in a tough spot? Has that ever happened to you? Or maybe not in person, but, you know, in texting and stuff.
I've had it a few times, especially with a lot of parents have said that. And I think unfortunately now for kids, like there is a lot of bullying, and I think a lot of it happens online. And I feel like they don't always feel super comfortable talking about it. And I think I've had a handful of parents that have said, like, you talking about it got my kid to finally open up and tell me what was going on. So I think if we're comfortable speaking about it, I think it makes everyone else feel like they're also allowed to start talking about it.
And that's huge. And being in this platform and talking about that, I gotta say thank you. Watching some of your previous interviews, I hear you talking about how Tabitha Brown, which I know who she is, but I don't really know who she is, you know, in a way, is such a big inspiration for you. Why is that?
I just love her. Like, I think she has such a great perspective on life. And I think she's one of those people that if you're having, even if you're not looking for it, but you're having a bad day or something, she always has like this great, she just always has something great to say. And I think she can really actually like kind of turn your day around a little bit just because she gives you a little bit of a different perspective. But I think I really love her because I feel like she's actually talking to me. Meanwhile, she has like 1 million followers, so she's just saying it to her phone. But I think she just has such a great way of really relating with people, and it really makes you feel like you're sitting down and having a conversation with her.
I guess in a way, like she can she can change the whole day around, like being just funny, but also just getting to the point in a way. That's really good. I should definitely, because I know who she is, but I don't really know, like, I don't follow her.
If you're ever having a bad day, you should check her out and start scrolling, and she'll make your day a lot better.
I'll definitely do that. I'll definitely do that next time. I wanted to talk to you about this season. last year you ended up brilliantly in the last third of the season. And I did see you talking about how in the mental side of things, you changed some stuff. And I was reading this David Foster Wallace book. I've been reading some tennis books to kind of prep for this stuff. And he talked about how some players regulate themselves emotionally. When they're feeling low in a match, they regulate themselves because a match, let's just say 5 sets long, you have to just be on the lows and the highs as well. What changed for you in the last third of the season mentally to prepare for those matches?
I think I really tried to just take a lot of pressure off of myself. I think that I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I kind of make, it's almost like every single point in match is live or die. Mm-hmm. And I mean, it's hard to compete at a high level when that's the way that you're going out onto the court. So I really kind of just was saying, like, you know what, F it. Like, I'm going to go out, I'm going to do my best today. I'm going to try to follow whatever game plan is the game plan of the day. And if it goes well, great. If it doesn't go well, I'll try to fix it and see what I can do. But, sometimes you just get beat, and that's okay. So having that kind of just relaxed me a lot to be able to allow myself to play some better tennis instead of walking out there and just being all stressed out and trying to be perfect. And just kind of realizing that, like, perfect doesn't exist. So I don't know why I'm trying to be that. And as long as you're better than the other person on the other side of net that day, that's all that really matters. And sometimes that happens and sometimes that doesn't. But just being okay with that.
I'm going to bed, I guess, happy with yourself and the way you performed. We have to wrap this up, unfortunately. I would love to talk to you for many, many more minutes and hours. But I want to ask you about specific objectives for this year, career-wise. Olympics is obviously on the side. But apart from Olympics, anything else you are focusing on specifically?
I mean, I think I'd be lying if I said that you don't want to have really great results in all of the Grand Slams and try to finish the year with titles and things like that. But I think I'm really trying to kind of keep my mentality that I had at the end of the year when I was playing really good tennis and really just try to make it a lot more goals on me versus on winning or losing. So really just trying to have the right mentality of I want to be proud of myself when I walk off the court. And as long as I gave it my all, then I can walk away and be happy. And then you can work on the small things that worked or didn't work. So that's really my main goal, is to just always walk off the court and be proud of what I left out there.
Chin up.
Exactly.
and happy going to bed. Thank you so much, Maddie. I think we can definitely end this for the people watching at home to just take that phrase and take it in, because I think it's really a day-to-day thing for many people. But lastly, do you want to say any words for the Spanish fans that will be watching you in Madrid this week?
I just want to say I'm so happy to be back, and definitely come out and cheer us all on. We always love seeing all of the amazing fans out in the crowd.
And maybe a Madrid dump.
Yes, I'll try to take pictures of Madrid to prove that I was here.
I mean, we have this recorded, so you are on the spot.
I was actually here.
Thank you so much, Maddie. Good luck in the tournament.
Thanks.